Hey there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel, where we talk about living your best life, staying healthy, and finding joy in your golden years. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into a topic that I know a lot you can relate to, napping. Specifically, those cozy afternoon naps that feel so good in the moment, but might not be doing us any favors in the long run. The title of today's video says it all: why your afternoon nap is aging you, and the right way to rest after 70. Now, before you click away thinking, oh no, don't take my naps away. Don't worry. I'm not here to shame you or tell you to give up something you love. I'm here to share some insights, some wisdom, and a few practical tips to help you rest in a way that supports your health, keeps you vibrant, and helps you feel your best as you navigate life after 70. Think of me as your friend, or maybe that doctor you trust, sitting down with a cup of coffee to have a heart-to-heart about what's best for you. So grab a comfy seat, maybe a glass of water or your favorite tea, and let's talk about why those long afternoon naps might be aging you faster than you think. And more importantly, how to rest the right way to stay energized, healthy, and full of life. Ready? Let's get started. The afternoon nap, a double-edged sword. Let's start with a little confession. I used to love my afternoon naps. There was nothing better than curling up on the couch after lunch, maybe with a soft blanket, and drifting off for an hour or two. It felt like a mini vacation, a way to recharge and escape the busyness of the day. And I know I'm not alone. Napping is practically a universal pastime, especially as we get older. For many of us, it's a habit we've carried into our 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. But here's the thing I've learned, and I want to share it with you. Those naps, as good as they feel, might not be as harmless as we think. In fact, research and my own experience suggests that long afternoon naps could actually be aging us, both physically and mentally. Now, I know that sounds surprising, so let me break it down for you in a way that's easy to understand, like we're just chatting over lunch. Why napping might be aging you. First, let's talk about what happens when you nap for too long in the afternoon. When I say too long, I'm talking about those naps that stretch beyond 30 minutes, sometimes creeping into an hour or two. You know the ones where you wake up feeling groggy, a little disoriented, and maybe even more tired than before. There's a scientific term for that feeling: sleep inertia. It's like your brain is stuck in slow motion, trying to catch up after being pulled out of a deep sleep. But sleep inertia is just the tip of the iceberg. Here are a few reasons why those long naps might be doing more harm than good. They mess with your nighttime sleep. When you nap for too long in the afternoon, it can throw off your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, also known as your circadian rhythm. Think of your circadian rhythm like an internal clock that tells your body when it's time to be awake and when it's time to rest. Long naps, especially later in the day, can make it harder to fall asleep at night or stay asleep. And if you're not getting enough quality sleep at night, your body doesn't have a chance to repair itself, which can speed up aging. Poor sleep is linked to everything from memory issues to a weaker immune system to even a higher risk of heart problems. Not exactly the vibrant, healthy life we're aiming for, right? They can signal underlying health issues. Here's something that really got my attention when I started digging into this. Frequent long naps might be a red flag that something else is going on with your health. For example, studies have shown that people who nap for more than an hour a day are more likely to have conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or even depression. Now, I'm not saying your naps are causing these issues, but they could be a sign that your body is trying to tell you something. Maybe you're not getting enough nutrients, or maybe you're not moving your body enough during the day. We'll talk more about how to listen to those signals later. They might slow down your brain. As we age, keeping our mind sharp is so important. We want to stay curious, engaged, and quick on our feet, right? Well, here's the kicker. Long naps, especially if they become a daily habit, might actually make your brain feel a little sluggish over time. Research suggests that excessive daytime napping is linked to a higher risk of cognitive decline, including memory problems and even dementia. It's not that napping itself is bad, but when it's excessive, it might mean you're not giving your brain enough stimulation during the day. And an understimulated brain? That's not the recipe for staying wise and vibrant. They can make you feel less active. Let's be real. After a long nap, How often do you bounce up on the couch feeling ready to tackle the world? For most of us, those naps leave us feeling a bit lethargic, and that can carry over into the rest of the day. You might skip that walk you planned, or maybe you don't feel like cooking a healthy dinner. Over time, this can lead to a more sedentary lifestyle, which is one of the fastest ways to age your body. Staying active is like the fountain of youth. It keeps your muscles strong, your heart healthy, and your mood lifted. Long naps can sometimes steal that energy and motivation. Now, I don't want to scare you or make you feel guilty about your naps. They're not the enemy. In fact, short naps, sometimes called power naps, can be incredibly beneficial. The problem comes when naps become too long or too frequent, especially after 70 when our bodies and brains need a little extra care to stay in top shape. So what's the solution? How do we rest in a way that supports our health and keeps us feeling young at heart? Let's talk about the right way to rest. The right way to rest after 70. Okay, friends, this is where the good stuff comes in. Rest is so important. There's no question about that. As we age, our bodies need time to recharge, recover, and rebuild. But rest doesn't always mean sleeping, and it definitely doesn't mean zoning out for hours in the middle of the day. I'm going to share some practical, easy-to-follow tips for resting in a way that leaves you feeling refreshed, energized, and ready to live your best life. These are the kind of strategies I've used myself and share with friends and family, and I've seen them make a real difference. 1. Embrace the power nap. If you love your naps, don't worry. You don't have to give them up completely. The key is to keep them short and sweet. A power nap of 10 to 20 minutes is like a magic reset button for your brain and body. It boosts your energy, improves your focus, and can even lift your mood without messing with your nighttime sleep. Here's how to do it right. Time it carefully. Aim to nap early in the afternoon, ideally between 1 and 3 p.m. This is when your body naturally dips in energy, so a quick nap fits right in with your circadian rhythm. Set an alarm. Use a gentle alarm to wake you up after 20 minutes. This keeps you from slipping into deeper sleep, which is what causes that groggy feeling. Find a comfy spot. You don't need to lie down. A recliner or even a cozy chair works great. Just make sure you're relaxed and comfortable. Dim the lights. A dark or dimly lit room helps you relax, but don't make it pitch black or you might fall into a deeper sleep. I started doing power naps a few years ago, and let me tell you, they're a game changer. I wake up feeling like I've had a little burst of energy, ready to tackle the rest of my day. Give it a try and see how it feels for you. 2. Practice active rest. Now, this one might sound a little strange at first, but hear me out. One of the best ways to rest is to stay gently active. I'm not talking about running a marathon or hitting the gym for hours. I'm talking about active rest, low-effort activities that relax your mind and body without putting you to sleep. Here are a few ideas. Go for a slow walk. A 10 or 15-minute stroll around your neighborhood or even your backyard can do wonders. The fresh air, the gentle movement, and the change of scenery are incredibly rejuvenating. Try gentle stretching. Stretching or light yoga can release tension in your muscles and calm your mind. There are tons of free videos online designed for seniors. Check out ones labeled Chair Yoga if you want something super low impact. Garden or tinker. If you love gardening, spend a little time pulling weeds or watering your plants. It's a way to stay active while doing something you enjoy. Listen to music or a podcast. Put on some calming music or an inspiring podcast and just sit back and listen. It's restful but keeps your brain engaged. The beauty of active rest is that it keeps you moving and engaged without draining your energy. I've found that when I swap a long nap for a short walk or some light stretching, I feel so much more alive for the rest of the day. 3. Prioritize nighttime sleep. If you're relying on naps to get through the day, it might be a sign that you're not getting enough quality sleep at night. And let me tell you, good nighttime sleep is like gold. It's one of the best things you can do for your health and longevity. Here are some tips to improve your sleep. Stick to a routine. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. This helps regulate your circadian rhythm. Create a relaxing bedtime ritual. Maybe it's reading a book, doing some deep breathing, or sipping a cup of chamomile tea. Find what calms you down and make it a habit. Limit screen time. The blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs can interfere with your sleep. Try to avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. Make your bedroom sleep-friendly. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. Invest in a comfortable mattress and pillows if you can. When you prioritize nighttime sleep, you'll likely find that you don't need those long afternoon naps anymore. You'll wake up feeling rested and ready to take on the day. 4. Feed your body the right fuel. Sometimes that urge to nap in the afternoon comes from what you're eating or not eating. Heavy, carb-heavy lunches can make you feel sluggish, while not eating enough can leave you low on energy. Here's how to fuel your body for better energy. Eat a balanced lunch. Include some protein like chicken, fish, or beans, healthy fats like avocado or nuts, and complex carbs like whole grains or veggies. This keeps your blood sugar stable and prevents that post-lunch crash. Stay hydrated. Dehydration can make you feel tired and foggy. Aim to drink water throughout the day, and maybe add a slice of lemon or cucumber for a little flavor. Limit caffeine in the afternoon. That afternoon coffee might perk you up temporarily, but can make it harder to sleep at night, creating a vicious cycle. I used to grab a big bowl of pasta for lunch, and then wonder why I felt like crashing an hour later. When I switched to lighter, more balanced meals, I noticed I had so much more energy in the afternoons. It's amazing what a difference it makes. 5. Engage your mind. One of the best ways to avoid that mid-afternoon slump is to keep your brain active and engaged. When your mind is busy, you're less likely to feel the need to nap. Here are some fun, low-effort ways to stay mentally sharp. Do a crossword or a puzzle. These are great for keeping your brain active without feeling like work. Learn something new. Maybe it's a new recipe, a few phrases in a foreign language, or a craft like knitting. Learning keeps your brain young. Connect with others. Call a friend, join a book club, or volunteer in your community. Social connections are incredibly energizing and fulfilling. For me, I love doing a little journaling in the afternoon. I'll sit down with a notebook and write about my day, my gratitude, or even my dreams for the future. It's relaxing, but it keeps my mind engaged, and I feel so refreshed afterward. 6. Listen to your body. Finally, and this is so important, pay attention to what your body is telling you. If you're feeling tired all the time, even after short naps or good nighttime sleep, it might be worth talking to your doctor. Fatigue can sometimes be a sign of underlying issues like low iron, thyroid problems, or even medication side effects. Don't just brush it off as getting older. You deserve to feel your best, and your doctor can help you figure out what's going on. A personal story, my journey with napping. Let me share a quick story with you, because I think it'll resonate with a lot of you. A few years ago, I was in a rut. I was napping almost every afternoon for an hour or more, and I thought it was just part of aging. But I started to notice that I wasn't feeling as sharp as I used to. I'd wake up from my naps feeling heavy, like I was moving through molasses. My evenings were unproductive, and I was struggling to fall asleep at night. It was a cycle I didn't even realize I was stuck in. Then a friend of mine, a retired nurse, actually suggested I try cutting back on my naps and focusing on better nighttime sleep instead. She also encouraged me to get outside for a walk every day, even if it was just for 10 minutes. At first, I was skeptical. I love my naps, but I gave it a shot. I started limiting my naps to 20 minutes, and I made a point to go for a short walk after lunch. I also worked on my bedtime routine, no more late-night TV binges. The change didn't happen overnight, but within a couple weeks, I felt like a new person. I had more energy, my mood was better, and I was sleeping so much better at night. I even started picking up some old hobbies, like painting, that I hadn't touched in years. It was like I'd rediscovered a part of myself I didn't even know I'd lost. That experience taught me something really important. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down or feeling tired all the time. With a few small changes, we can rest in a way that supports our health and keeps us feeling vibrant. And that's what I want for all of you. The bigger picture, rest is a gift to yourself. As I wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought. Rest is not just about closing your eyes or escaping the day. It's about giving your body and mind what they need to thrive. It's about honoring yourself for your health and the incredible life you're living. After 70, every day is a gift, and how we choose to rest can make all the difference in how we experience those days. So, The next time you're tempted to sink into a long afternoon nap, pause and ask yourself, is this the best way to care for myself right now? Maybe it's a quick power nap, a gentle walk, or a few minutes of stretching. Maybe it's calling a friend or trying something new. Whatever it is, choose rest that lifts you up, not rest that weighs you down. Well, my friends, that's all for today. I hope this talk about napping and resting has given you some new ideas to try and maybe a little inspiration to rethink your daily routine. As always, I'm so grateful for you, your support, your comments, and the way you show up to live your best life. If you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It means the world to keep this community growing. Let me know in the comments. Are you a napper? And what's one thing you're going to try to rest better after watching this? I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, keep shining, keep moving, and keep living with joy. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.